Number two.
And welcome to Straight Talk. This is Catherine Tyson, your host. This is your Drive at Five show. And welcome for joining us this afternoon. It is the last afternoon before Christmas. And you know, I've been talking about Christmas all week because I'm so excited about it. I don't know about you guys, but I love Christmas and love Christmas stuff and just can't wait. Not just because it's a holiday, but because it's such a beautiful time of year. So thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Now, I have in the studio with me, and I'm so excited always. This is a Christmas present. Then all through the year, Ruthana Young. Hi, hi, hi.
Hey, always good to be back with you. And like you, I love Christmas, so I'm like feeling very festive.
Oh my
And I have been
goodness.
for probably about 2 weeks. So excited to be here for your final show of the year with you. It's always exciting when I get the opportunity to join you in studio and just to shoot the breeze a little bit and have a little bit of straight talk.
And I love that. I
Yeah.
love just having you stop in. You know, I see you are my future, you know. That's the thing. You paused for a second, you know, so I
Oh
can
my
sit in the
gosh.
chair for a little bit, but you're the future, honey.
Oh
And
my
no,
gosh.
and I am so serious about that. I'm not kidding. Like that is what we're supposed to be doing. We are supposed to be ushering our young people in through those doors. We're supposed to give them a little break if they need a break, which is what I'm doing. But we're looking forward to you guys taking the reins and carrying us through. So we're just here, kind of helping you, get that little breath or climb on our shoulders or whatever it is.
I
I'm so
appreciate you.
serious.
I appreciate you. I
Thank you,
appreciate you. Yeah.
thank you, and you. And I know that's the only way that we're gonna is if we're doing that for each other. Y'all hear? You hear what I'm saying?
Lifting each other up and like I that was a perfect way to say it. Sometimes we do need to allow people to stand on our shoulders, eh? Like
Absolutely.
that's and I think sometimes we forget it. But I actually was having a conversation with someone that I consider a young lady to myself
Okay.
the other day, and I helped her with something. She's saying thank you so much, and I said, honey, I said when I think about the women who have lifted me up and who have really just believed in me, and if I call
Good.
yeah, and so it's
Oh,
such a
and let's just hope that by January it's still there.
yeah.
We're not.
2021,
Yeah.
like we like turning the corner to 2021, we peeping around the corner with one eye. I'm like, what you got in store?
Yeah. But but I'm gonna cut song. I grew up in church. The only way that we can get up and really fight again, get up to fight again
Live to fight
tomorrow,
another day.
yeah, is to just find the joy and find the hope and just moving. So you can join me in such a graceful way, and for us to just not be rivals. And
Nah.
I of
man.
that, right? Because women,
This
for some reason, think that they need to be rivals. Like, stop it! You don't pretty think you are.
Catherine.
Need to be working on making a boy on coalitions and stuff, and I'm like, what? And they're like, no, we should doing that, and that goes from doesn't even matter who we were always together.
Exactly. And I was reminded down and just to be home. Cantaloupe. Do you want a cantaloupe?
Oh,
Like,
nice.
that kind of stuff. And it was just, it made life so much easier.
Easier.
And after my sister and I were like, listen, forbid. And so it just, that was more can be achieved in such a much more efficient way too, at a lower cost,
Yeah,
mind you. That
of
was, I think
course.
that's the best we did in terms of, grocery shopping and stuff like that, because like I had a whole list from Uncle Clem's. I was like, okay, no, we ain't buying the chicken from
Yeah.
and
Well, remember, there's a saying called it's many hands make light work. You see, so
yes,
it's actually it something that make how big your parents are in the same house as you, your siblings might be, but it's like everybody has their own home
hmm
on another floor, like the whole floor belongs to them. So how that makes sense is that they were able to purchase this one man could in a day and age right now, the economy is that getting your own little thing is doable or matching up.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath on the second floor, and a 3 bedroom,
Hmm.
2 bath first floor. And so you're the maze.
Happens. I've seen that in the British Virgin Islands, for example.
Yeah.
Where let's right idea of, well, we all got the same people we're not each of us get our own ground floor. And all of them lived there initially, and some of the kids were going away to university and stuff like that. And then when they could afford it, then they built the second home on the second floor. So over
Right.
a couple had their own stuff.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. And I just think it's such a great idea. And you know, like you said, while you're pooling those resources, it just makes things that much more affordable.
Yes.
So, you know,
Together as a family. And I know me and my siblings are very close. And like I said, COVID, we talked about it for a while, but COVID really highlighted for us. We were like, okay, we don't know how we're gonna work this out, but we're gonna navigate a situation where we're all eventually living on I have the opportunity. Now I drive to her house normally. Or she comes. Mine. And I'm like,
it brings
us fortunate.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I have 3 kids, and I
Yeah.
trust me, I cuss, I cry, I can whatever I need to do to make them know. Listen, the 3 don't
Hmm.
play with me.
Well, and that's what my mom did
You're
with
one
us.
person, so don't play with me.
Hmm.
So I don't play with them.
Yeah, my mom did this to each you. You're
Exactly.
good. And
Exactly.
like growing up, she always said to us, when you don't have nobody else,
You got that person.
that's it. If you got one cracker and a tree and a half to eat, better each person have a piece of the cracker rather than one person have and two don't have. I've always been relatively close, but in particular now that we're all like, in my opinion, kind of like on the other side of adulthood,
Yeah.
and where you're kind of in a similar stage in life versus like middle school versus high school versus university,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. You're kind of out of all of those phases. So we're
the fighter. Like
Oh
I'm the one
gosh.
that'll be like, listen, let's sit down and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one
That's
ready to
me.
grab somebody.
Mm-hmm. My sister. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to drive us. I gotta assault somebody. While I'm talking them down, but nobody can't say anything. We are right. If you listening right now, if you haven't spoken to your sibling, or have issues with your sibling or a family member, this is a good time to just reach out to them. Like honestly,
Kill
even
it
if
dead.
it's cider, non-alcoholic, take some
Whatever you do.
eggnog, a little fruitcake, and just put it down by their doorstep. Even if it's
Mm-hmm.
just putting it down on their porch, with a nice little card. Just reach out to them. Reach
Yeah.
out to them.
Kill
Life
the
is just
argument.
too short.
Mm-hmm. Hello to my colleague and my Westway buddy Floyd Bush, known to many as Tweety, who is tuned in and locked into us this afternoon. So
Okay.
sending love. He sent a message to let me know he was tuned in.
That's not Mr. Floyd, is it? From
Floyd Bush. Most people know him as Tweety.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew.
Could be.
Can't be two people.
Tweety,
that
if
are
you're
the
listening,
same.
who's she talking
Yeah,
about?
'cause people can't have the same name. Come on now.
So we'll
Yeah. You have to be the one that you're gonna ride. Blessings to Anna.
Hello, Eden.
Thanks for that. Boy, I tell you, your people show up, man.
Listen,
I'm telling you.
when I see messages like that or hear messages like that, it reminds like I love being Caymanian. You know?
Yeah.
Listen, I love being Caymanian because I'm like most people, because I am watching the live feed on Facebook. So really, if you're not Caymanian, I've been here long enough, because there are people who maybe not Caymanian yet, but you've been around long enough. You know, UNNA.
Yeah.
Oh no. Like I just
Where did we
listen.
get Anna from? Where is Anna from?
I don't know. And things like Erectly and Directly, because I'm different.
Gotta understand what they're talking about.
And
Some people-
and even just different areas of the island. I will go into East End to pick up beef in the week last week. Someone say, "You know where Big Tree is?" And I said, "Listen, you can give me some non-East End type directions."
Right.
But then I said, "You mean by Miss Vivien's?" And to the right, and I'm like, "Okay."
But what I also know is that you're gonna get somebody that's going to help you. That's the one thing that I see. Cayman that is also very different, that hasn't changed, thank God.
Yeah.
And I've lived in
Right.
know you.
Why you
Please
Really?
alone. Why are you looking at my cup? Why are you in my business?
But I tell you,
I
that's
don't want you to have a cup like me.
I tell you the truth. I went to University of Miami, right? And and listen, I felt right at home.
Yeah,
That's one thing I was very, very happy about because I'm like, okay, this works for me. So
of course.
that is something that I'm grateful that I didn't have to make too many transitions through in university because I am a hugger. COVID was tough for
Oh,
me.
when you said that, that's something that's happened in the last 15, 20 years. You know that, right?
Probably a
And
Hispanic
that
Latino influence, I
and
would
that
say.
and that's relatively
Yeah.
that's relatively new, even though that's
Yeah.
a long time when I say it.
Hmm.
It just seemed like yesterday, and we weren't and kissing each other on the cheek when I was growing
Mm.
up. Absolutely. Today, I hope you know. And I was just like, oh gosh. She was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
It
COVID
was
was
bad.
tough for me, man. I see people in the grocery store, and I'm like, oh, it's
Door because I wanted to hail. I hadn't seen her in so long.
hmm, hmm.
And poor thing, she got a hug from Catherine today. And she kind of did the which was like Tyson. And I have Miss Ruthana Young. Y'all know who she is. She is here with me today. Thank
that spot.
yes,
Yeah.
and closing of Pico. All
Hmm.
right. And so I was there, and as I was getting done that for a lady, and
Awesome.
I did. I mean, it was nothing. It was just like, here for Christmas, I'm gonna were you drinking?
Hmm.
On the way there, I was like, should I go? I don't know. And then just walked out with that blessing. So do something like that. So if it's your siblings, if it's your aunt, your uncle,
Yeah.
mom, your dad, this is the holiday season, and if you've not made Christmas dinner, go for you this first half hour. We're going to be back to talk. Uh,
I love. Just give me a little taste. Give me a little taste.
Well,
Yeah.
so at least there's always something going on,
Yeah.
and you're able to,
Yeah, I'm definitely agree. Because by the time I finish cooking, I'm not hungry anymore.
me.
I serve every.
Picking. So when the food is being served, you're not hungry, and by the time I get hungry, it's 10 o'clock at night. And it's been the whole day
Yeah.
that you felt like you had food,
Mhm.
but you really were just tasting and.
Crazy.
Got your little spoonful of this and spoon. Like you're full, you don't want nothing. Like,
I gotta use that one, my belly food.
All I gotta do is put one of it in that, and it's like, all right, thank you, we're good. It's like, no, we're not good. We didn't eat anything. What's going on? Yeah. Happens a lot. But it was funny because I just kept inviting people every time I saw like a friend. Oh, come over, and they took me serious. I when you're saying that,
and they showed up,
belly ready, and then some of them brought children, and you should have saw me scratching around this house trying. Kids don't. This is nice, yeah. Definitely.
But this is so. Just remember me on the potato salad list this year, please.
This year, no presents. Yeah, I'll think about the potato salad, and I will definitely let you know. But I'm very, I'm taking my potato salad seriously. My potato salad game very seriously. So I gotta know that you're gonna think it's nice before I let it go. Because if I let it go and you go out there scandalizing me, it's not gonna be nice.
I refuse to believe.
And I really love you.
I refuse to believe that like all these people requesting your potato salad and it ain't bomb. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay, man, there's no food, man.
Yeah.
We know food, so I refuse to believe that. So I am operating on the assumption that this potato salad is bad. And I'm excited about the fact that like Elisa can more appreciate this Christmas.
Did you see the Crichton display?
I did.
That's amazing.
I did.
But the gates aren't open.
Correct.
Okay. Used to be sweet.
Yeah. And so like down in the neighborhood where we live, a bunch of homes have up their Christmas lights and the different like animal characters, the blow up ones that have the lights in them, and who has a polar bear and who has a snowman.
Nice.
And Christmas, mommy, Christmas.
Yeah, I saw a light down in Savannah, a house lighted up, and I thought I want to stop and take pictures in this person's yard. Like, what are you doing in my yard? Please.
And they have like it looked like they were decorating the park because you have like an old boat and they got iguana.
And caroling and all kinds of stuff. So for sure. Now, you know what? I love this little piece during Christmas. So I shared with you so you and I can share it with our listeners today. It is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I have a couple of little questions that will follow this poem. So let's go ahead with that. You
Okay,
start it.
I feel like I've become like a professional like kid story reader, so I'm excited about
Oh,
this. It's been a while since I've read this one, but it's one that's always so heartwarming. Twas the night before Christmas.
right.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds. Sugar I see but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, when a little old driver so lively and quick I knew in eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dash. Prancer and the dash away.
Up the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard garland fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I exclaimed ere he drove. I
And
do too.
oh my gosh, Christmas is thankfully such a feel good time, and I know that it's been a a tough year for many, and still but I think that most, if not all of us, can at least take a mental break, an emotional break from everything that's going on, and just kind of relish in the season. I know that fortunately, I've met run into a number of people who, like let's say they've been separated from their families for quite some time, where parents have now come to visit. Not just so much to be grateful for. I
Yeah.
think, and what I will also say is, if you do know that, maybe you've had the benefit of your being reunited with your family, but there may be people in your circle that they may be away from their family. Just keep them in mind, invite them to dinner, bring them around. Just be considerate of those things so that everybody can have a little bit of Christmas cheer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I don't know if anybody else is familiar with that. It's something, it's a very American tradition. There's lots of American traditions out. But this was, he wrote this long Christmas poem for his three daughters. And it was really entitled An Account from St. Nick's, that 'twas the night before Christmas. Claus as a right jolly old elf with a portly figure and
Mhm.
the supernatural ability to ascend a chimney with a mere nod of his head.
Mhm.
Although some of Moore's imagery was probably borrowed from other sources, his poem helped popularize the now familiar image of a Santa Claus who flew from house to house on Christmas. Miniature presence for and immediately popular American icon.
Mhm.
So imagine that, yeah.
Yeah, and it is amazing how culture is created, or traditions are created. And as you were reading that, I think I started watching Christmas movies like a month ago.
Oh
But
wow.
one of my favorite Christmas Chronicles, and then Christmas Chronicles 2 came out a couple of weeks ago. So if you're looking for a good Christmas movie and you've never watched Christmas Chronicles,
Oh
that's one of
nice.
my faves.
Okay. Now, I want to say the legend of Saint Nicholas, which is a real Santa Claus, and I love
Mm-hmm.
to say this every year because whenever I get a chance, because I think that people don't realize where it came
Yeah.
from, but it's traced back hundreds of years to a monk named Saint Nicholas, and it's
Mm-hmm.
believed that he was born sometime around 280 A.D.
Wow.
in Patara near Myra and modern subject of many legends. So it's said that he gave away all of his inherited wealth and
Mhm.
traveled the countryside helping the poor and the sick.
Yeah.
And one of the best known St. Nicholas story is the time he saved three poor sisters from being sold into slavery or
Wow.
prostitution by their father by providing them with so that they could be married.
Wow.
So since is married by the Renaissance, St. Nicholas was the most popular saint in Europe, even after the Protestant Reformation.
The origins of the story, and
That's right.
here we are. It's continued to metamorphosize
Yep.
into what we celebrate today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what I love about the story of Saint Nicholas is that it's not about Santa Claus and giving gifts to your children.
Yeah.
And so, all week I've been talking about it since even last week. It
Hmm.
was a tough year. It was a tough year. Calm down, calm down. If you
Hmm.
don't have it, don't worry about it. If you have it about it, people love you. It's about the love. The Saint Nicholas history. You know, there's a person that was just giving and actuality it's really just filling up that tree or filling under
Hmm.
that tree with all of these things
Yeah.
that may not even be necessary. Give to your children all year round. That's
Yeah.
what I say. I told a story about I heard my children counting 15 gifts one day and I only have 15, he has 18. I was like, hold on.
Hmm.
Okay, so we stopping this year.
Hmm. We
And
can rectify the situation.
it was a very Christmas thing and this
Yeah.
giving thing. And so here's what I do anyway. I'll give you all year round. So
Hmm.
that's what I encourage parents to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm reminded of
You say that last Saturday, I so on through the course of the year, John Gray Memorial Church, for those who are familiar, they do a soup kitchen, and I'm one of the volunteers. kitchen and the extent of